Hello, welcome to another video. Today I thought I'd have a little bit of me time and share it with you. What I mean by that is recently I've been thinking about how cool it would be to build a house in real life. I don't know if I would be able to do that right now. And I figured, oh, why don't I just jump into The Sims and build something? So I'm just gonna bring you along with me and we're just gonna have a little bit of fun kind of building a potentially realistic house for me. I mean, knowing me, it's probably not gonna be realistic, make it too big or something, but I'm gonna try and make it exactly what I would need in my life right now at this point and see what it comes out as. And I've actually made a little drawing for myself of what I would like to build. It's a little sad. I don't know if I've told you guys, but I actually have a degree in graphic design. And if you can kind of get an idea, well done to you. Congratulations, you're very smart. All right, so basically the idea that I have is to build a house with a peaked roof. Now, in a recent build we did, I actually used some windows that are custom content from, I think it was Peacemaker, and I'm gonna use these again. They're these ones here, but obviously without them, I can't really achieve what I want to in real life in the game. That's why we're going to be using a little bit of custom content just so I can make exactly what I want. We might also have to play around with resizing the house too. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to really create exactly what I want on the first go. Already I can see these peaked windows are a little restricted. I feel like it'd be so cool to live in a tiny home, but I know myself being a little bit prone to feeling claustrophobic. I don't think that would be great for me personally. These windows aren't really matching the angle of the roofline, which is a little bit of a shame, because ideally I want them to match this angle. But I think the roof would have to be extended out more for that to work. Like, it's kind of asking to be this size, which is bigger than I wanted. I mean, this looks so wide. Like, that's pretty thick. These windows just do not feel like the correct size for what I want to do. I think I'm gonna have to delete those windows and we're just gonna have to pretend that the glass is extended into the roofline because they're just not quite the right scale. So let's start this again. I'm gonna pull this underneath just a little bit and then make it kind of like this house is gonna be a little bit inset. Put a little bit of flooring, oopsie doopsies, that goes across like that. Put a couple of walls on either side. And then the roofing, I wonder if we can just take it out. Come on, just a little bit more. Maybe if we use the thicker roof, it might work. Do a similar detail here out the back. So it kind of mirrors the front maybe. I've got no building experience, but I feel like as soon as you start making more exciting shapes, it's just gonna make it more expensive. How do I find a metal farm looking corrugated iron cladding to go around the house? I mean, this one from university, not really quite right. I mean, it kind of gets the idea across, but I want like a farm housey material kind of, but still industrial. Maybe this is the best option. It's a kind of masonry, apparently. Maybe we can make the roof a little softer to go with this. Oh, pop some columns around the place just to finish it off a bit. I guess if it leans over the edge like this, that being able to support that's going to be more expensive. So maybe this should sit directly under it like this. And I really wish these windows were darker in some of the lighting. They look so space gray. And then the window panes would continue up like this. So it'd be really, really nice and bright. Now, a lot of people don't like this, but I really like really white walls in a house. And since this is me time and I'm just doing what I want to do, that's what we're going to be going for today. But I know it makes a lot of you guys go, oh, the cold and bright on the eyes, but I love it. Now, because Baz is going to be living with me there as well, I need to get a fence up for his safety so he doesn't go running away. So this fence probably wouldn't be tall enough. I'd need a taller fence, but I don't know if I actually like any of these fences enough to use. I feel like it would be great to have a little side portion that you can kind of go around the sides of the house, but then I think it would be really important to be able to close off those sides of the house too. I'm gonna put in some partitions on either side. Like if you had another chow stay or like another dog stay and they weren't the best at getting along together, at least one could be at the front and one could be at the back. No steps to hurt Bowser going down to the yard. I don't want him to have to run up and down steps because it's not good for his joints. And obviously we're gonna have like a front gate like this. Now he would want to ideally be able to watch people going past, so this fence would be different in real life so he could actually see out. But I'm going, if he was ever in the front yard when people are home, but just because it's The Sims, I'm gonna leave this fence because it's the nicest fence that kind of goes with the house aesthetic. And in terms of the actual floor plan, this is kind of tricky. I was thinking that it would be nicer to have most of the living facing out to the back garden just for privacy. So I'd probably set some staircases closer back. And really beautiful looking staircases can be quite expensive. So I don't know if I'd just go like a more simple covered up staircase with a wall or make it more of a architecture statement, I suppose. I'm gonna push this back a bit to maybe here. And this part of the house could be quite a spacious office. Like in terms of length, it's spacious. Like you could have a recording area and an editing area. Yeah, keep in mind in Australia, building houses, buying land is much more expensive than a lot of other places in the world. Not everywhere in the world, but like if you want to put it next to say a lot of places in America, what you can get in America is so much bigger than what you can get in Australia with that money. Not to mention our electricity is so expensive. Like if you run aircon constantly every day and night, you're going to be paying thousands of dollars at the end of the month for your bill, like thousands upon thousands. Whereas in America, I've heard you can like leave your aircon on like constantly. It's fine. Can't relate. So let's say the entrance to the house is maybe just here before the gate. I would probably have a nice door that you can see who's at the door somehow. But then again, it's quite simple, nothing crazy. Maybe walk in and there's a staircase right away. And then maybe I could actually put a bathroom here somehow. You know what? Maybe I would just have a wall just like that, which means the entrance, you wouldn't want to like walk into that. So you'd want to move it down a bit. So it's like you have the option to go up the stairs or you can move into this area. Although it's a bit of a walk to get to the front door. Is that like too much of a walk? Would you put it in line with the staircase? Like imagine walking in and you're like, whoa, there's stairs right there. It's almost like it needs to be a little wider or the staircase needs to go across. We're gonna be widening up. Oh my gosh. This house is already too big. I can already tell it's too big. I'd actually have the windows go over a little bit more so there wasn't as much of a gap. And then there'd be window up here as well. But I guess that's how The Sims restricts you a bit. Or the office space could be made to be a bit smaller, like an entrance more here, or you could have an entrance here, you know? That looks weird. I'm already regretting building a house and I'm only in The Sims. So this is why, kids, you should build a house in The Sims before you build a house in real life. No matter what I do, I continually feel like it needs to be wider. It's gotta be wider or longer. And if I had 2 bedrooms up here, I figured you'd have 1 bedroom here and 1 bedroom here, and then you'd have wardrobe dividers in the middle, like that. All you're gonna get into those bedrooms is beds and bedside tables. It needs to be wider. Is this house too big? I can't tell. It seems really big, but maybe it's not that big. See, this looks like a more spacious room for sure. You could come in the side door and there not be a staircase in your face, or you can make the front door here so you don't have to pop around the side. I like the idea of a side entrance though. A little more discreet, perhaps. At the moment, I really love the idea of chevron floorboards, but I'm also wondering how quickly they're gonna date, because they're kind of like, they're a bit of a Pinterest theme at the moment. I'm like, are they gonna be trendy for a while? Are they gonna date really quickly? I don't know, like, I assume they're more expensive than kind of regular floorboards, so maybe we'll just go with regular ones. But I do like that idea. For the kitchen, I'd really just like pretty much a plain white bright kitchen. I might use the kitchen stuff pack. Yeah, I'd probably do something really simple and just have like white drawers, some kind of white stone top. Whoa, this kitchen's huge. I'd love to have like the waterfall counter effect, but I can't actually reach the left end piece on the end of this. So maybe we're just gonna have to go without the waterfall effect. Because I thought we'd do something like this. I just filter it this way. Yay! Figured it out. Now we can get the other piece. Oh my gosh, we're so smart. Okay, this is too big. This is like pretty big kitchen right now. But I like the idea you can get around the bench on either side. And we definitely need cupboards, so storage. I'm just gonna chuck in some cupboards. Just plain and simple. I mean, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Nice, clean, modern, and I'm happy. And then for the backing, I really love mirror backings, but I feel like in a new house, probably wouldn't need to have a mirrored backing to renovate, and also you'd have to clean it a lot. So probably just something that would be really practical and easy to clean. Like even just like tiles. I would just ask someone what's the most practical, do you think? I'm also gonna use these custom content windows from the kitchen pack as well, because I would love to have some beautiful big bifold doors that open up. Now, I love doors that spin on one axis like this, but I feel like that would just be way too expensive. So instead, I'm gonna go for bifold doors. Unfortunately, they just don't properly work. There's one big wall, it's just a little off scale. Is there another one that's bigger? Well, there's taller, but there's not wider. I guess we could overlap them. Oh yeah, I mean, that kind of looks weird. We'd have bifold doors that open up. I just want a really nice long timber table to match the flooring. Just like simple, something like this. So I think it would be this kind of an orientation. And then for the kitchen, or should I say kitchen? I do like sinks that are built into benches because you can kind of speak to people whilst you're washing the dishes and not have your back to them. Black sinks are really big at the moment, but I feel like they're gonna date. So I'm just gonna go with like a silver sink for now. And yeah, I'd love to have like exposed brick or limestone or something like that across a feature wall, but then I feel like that just gets really expensive, so we're not gonna do that right now. Then over here is gonna be the lounge area. So I would love a fireplace, but again, I think that's just gonna cost a lot of money. So I'll just put in my existing couch that will go like this, simpler coffee table. And then I have a TV unit that would go across here. My one's actually timber that matches the floor, but we could probably just put this in. Or I guess it could be built in with cabinets. They wouldn't need a TV unit. You could just build it in. But is that just spending unnecessary money? I don't know. Would you just get it put in, or would you save it and just use existing furniture? Actually, I'm thinking of Bowser, where if he wanted to come inside, he'd want to have his bed around here. I feel like he needs to have his bed in this corner. So he's got one of those raised beds because he's a hairy dog. He needs to be able to get some air underneath his belly. So his bed would potentially sit over here. Oh, we could get a doggy bed built in, actually. That would be so cool. Oh, he would love that. Imagine if you could just like build a little doggy bed spot like that. He probably would like to see the door though, and that's just gonna ruin the whole exterior. Maybe you could put the bifold doors across. Will that look weird though? Double them up this way. Oh yeah, so just have a little less glass, which would be cheaper. And this can be Bowser's area, whether that be built in or whatever. And lighting is actually a really important part of houses that a lot of people forget about it. Like a lot of people just forget about lighting, but I feel like lighting is so important that it's not overwhelming, that's done in a really nice and tasteful way. It's like not gonna shine into Bowser's eyes, etc., etc. So I feel like I would have no idea how to do that though. Like you need a specialist to do lighting. I feel like lights that actually shine that way would be nice, because that's not in anyone's eyes. And the kitchen, lighting that goes underneath the cupboards would be ideal. So then it's covered up and then you You can see exactly what you're doing on the bench top. Oops, put a little bit of lighting in like that. It's always nice to have a bit of a feature lighting over the bench island. Not really sure I like any of these. I mean, I wouldn't go for anything that crazy. This is kind of like, I want it to be some like subtle. These look too low. Looks like you're gonna smash a fry pan into the light. Add a bit of blue in, that would be nice. Calm colors. Same with the dining area. It's nice to have pendulum lights? Pendant lights. But then again, I'm like, if you already got two there, again, I don't want it to be overwhelming. Rugs under dining tables, I like the look of, but they get so much food on them. So I'm kind of wanting to avoid that. And then I'd just get a really neutral rug for the lounge room. The bars would probably stink out the rug too. Oh, and we'd need a doggy door. We don't have any modern looking doggy doors. But it definitely have an easy way of getting in and out. I'll just put one there. And I don't think there would be one at the front of the house because he can just kind of go around and would open the side gate if he was allowed out the front. I'd actually really like to have some corner lights that like sit in the corner instead of being always on flat walls, but that's not really in The Sims either. Nice idea though, they could totally add that. I really like indoor plants, but I kill plants very easily. So whatever I get has to be super easy to manage. And I typically just like really green leafy things. I don't like too many colors or flowers or anything like that. I just like it all really neutral, simple. And whilst that's boring and bland for a lot of people, what I'd brighten it up with is like accessories like cushions, candles, all of that you can't really get as much of in The Sims 4. So right now this is looking really, really bland, I know, but in real life it would be brightened up a lot with accessorizing. I have like a beautiful picture hanging here. Like something like that's kind of cool. I'd probably have native flowers or something. That warms it up a bit. Maybe the flooring should be that color actually, like a little bit more of a mid-tone. In terms of curtains, at the moment, I'm really loving like longer curtains in neutral tones, like this kind of a thing that you can draw across. I think that's really pretty. And maybe a light behind the TV to kind of light up that space. Okay, so that's pretty much like the main living area. And then obviously I'd have kitchen appliances. Probably some kind of range hood as well would be good, but nothing too expensive or fussy. Like it's all just got to be easy, practical, nothing over the top. It's just gonna be nice and really usable, which reminds me I need bins. My bins would be built into my cupboards, but right now we can do a fashionable black bin. Obviously gotta have the PS4 over here as well, so we'd have some kind of console there, Switch, PS4. Nice. And yeah, no open shelves in the kitchen because again, dust in bowls and stuff I'm not the biggest fan of, so we'll probably leave that out. And that's the downstairs living space. Now the bathroom you can't actually access from here, which is a bit silly of me. Oh, and I totally forgot we need a door to this room. So through here would be the office space. Oh no, where's my paintings gonna go? Guess the paintings will have to be a little smaller. Or you could save some money and not have a big window here. You could have like two really nice paintings over on this wall. And you save money on the glass situation. Is that too little light? Maybe it'd have floor to ceiling bifold doors. You get some more light coming in like across here, you know, like natural light that way. I mean, that looks really nice. So yeah, it does seem quite silly if you couldn't get into the bathroom there. So maybe I'll put another door here that leads you to the bathroom. So yeah, really simple downstairs bathroom. And then here would be the office. And I know it looks really long. It'd be really cool to have like a recording area and then an editing area. And then even if you like hired someone at some point to do some editing, they could, you know, come in to work for the day. I don't know, so you could have some more bifold doors in here. I kind of feel like the more timber, the better on a house because it makes it look a little less harsh. So maybe I would go with all of this like timber windows. I don't know, it'd probably come down to what was more affordable. And in the recording rooms, I would definitely have carpet to make it a little bit more soundproof, and I would have all the walls really well and nicely soundproof too. And I would have natural light. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't want natural light in their recording studio, but for me, I would feel so claustrophobic if I didn't have it. I feel like this is just gonna look like a robot face, so I'd probably try and make it look a little more dynamic somehow. Do some different sized windows. I mean, obviously these windows don't really match, so they just kind of look a bit weird, but IRL, I'd try and just make them vary a little bit, or just like do a big panel here and keep it really, really private. Also depends which way the house is facing too, I suppose. Like which way is facing north, which I want to let the most light in with. Like I'd do something like that, so it's all a little different. And the other tricky bit would be, how do you lay this out, like for filming? You know what? I'd probably get rid of this and make this a green screen wall. And then this stream setup is by Grim Cookies with this computer here. And then he even has like the mic stand, which I just love this. It's so cool. And then I'd use light boxes from Moschino Pack. So my lighting could be kind of organized in this way. Then that'd be really annoying for this other person. And also you'd get more outside noise there. Maybe you'd need like a whole separate part of the house for a recording studio. Maybe this kind of setup, so one editing area over here with recording stuff in case you needed to record in there, and then the other one over here, and then you'd really just need some storage because there's so much equipment to like have in here. Gotta have a bit of storage built in. I've had a thought. What if I completely got rid of the room down here where the recording studio is, because it is right on the road here? Like we completely delete these entirely, so the house sits back a bit like this, and this kind of goes forwards over. I mean, I don't know if this, I feel like anything that's a big structure that has nothing supporting it underneath, like a cantilevered type of deal, anything like that is probably going to cost a lot more money. So like, I don't know, maybe that's just really a silly idea putting it upstairs, but I feel like there'd be less noise pollution upstairs from nearby, you know? So maybe we have to have the offices down here. So then you'd have 2 rooms up here. 1, 2. This is too many bedrooms. This is like too big right now. I think this is too big. I feel like it's just too much. Because I was going to have like a master bedroom here. Let's just kind of mirror this and move it up a little bit. Because this is my big wardrobe that I really want to have in my house. Actually, no, I think I've been building this for so long. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split this into a 2-part series. So in the next part, we'll do the upstairs and the yard. But for now, we've finished our downstairs living area, which I think this is a really nice size. Like this is definitely spacious. And this is like a work from home area too. And then upstairs, we need to make smaller because this is ridiculous. I could never afford to build this. So I'm gonna work on that in the next part, you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll speak to you soon. Ciao, ciao.